New Year's resolutions suck. Here's what you should do. What's cracking, everybody? Money Smart guy Matt Sapaula here, hailing to you from our office here at the Money Smart Movement Team headquarters, a PHP agency here in Oak Brook, a suburb of Chicago. And back there is Kenya Latico Frampton. Right? What's up, Frampton? How many kids you got, Frampton? Like 6, 8 kids?
50. That's why I'm here.
Every time I talk to you, you got one more kid.
I just had another one. That's why I got to be a millionaire.
Sick. I think the last stat is 240, 250 grand a kid to raise him from birth to 18 years old.
Yes.
Crazy,
and that's
huh?
why I decided to get into this business.
Right.
I mean, what else could I have, could I do? Not selling lotions and potions.
No. But having a real business.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Awesome. Very good. Well, what's cracking, everybody? Money Smart guy here, and I'm just excited to start a new year 2018. So before I even get started, Happy New Year's to you guys. Happy New Year. We are here at the office, and I want you guys to know, since yesterday, 9 a.m., that is a Sunday, New Year's Eve, this place has been jammed. Let me show you around here real quick. Our office has been jamming with people here at our office. We have 5,200 square feet here at our office. We've just been packed. Let me show you the other office space here. Let me walk around here. We got Minister Glossy McGee back there making some phone calls. Nina Bass Knight back there making some phone calls. We got Juan Maldonado here making phone calls. Bam! We've got this is the other side of our office. This is our boardroom here. Some of you guys may see that, but boom, there's more people there making phone calls. Boom, Billy in the house. Big Daddy Love in the house making phone calls. We are campaigning not for the Republican Party, the Democratic Party. We're campaigning for our party, our real party, our financial independence party. There's who's in there? That's Janaith Carmona in there with some of her associates. By that young lady over there in the black coat, she came here because we keep constantly emailing and reminding her she can have a much better financial future. She came back because she wants to declare a financial resolution. Back there's Jeanette. Jeanette in the house. She and her husband just got promoted to marketer to running their own small agency now. What's going on, Gabe? Phones are everybody's emptied out right now. By the way, have you seen my office? We got some pretty cool stuff in my office. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but boom, we got this jersey here from our convention in August. We finally got it framed. Wayne Gretzky. I'm not a real big hockey fan, but I'm definitely a leadership and dominance fan. And Wayne Gretzky, the great one. Got a great story on dominance, dominating your field, dominating your sport, having a 40% difference between you and number 2. But I bought this jersey for $200, and as soon as he signed it, bam! Wayne Gretzky. This is now what, the $1,500 jersey. My wife and I were able to meet Wayne Gretzky there during our convention at the where was it? At Caesar's Palace in Vegas. Coach Calipari here. Boom. Coach Calipari signed a basketball for me. Boom. Love Coach Calipari. But yeah, just showing you around the office real quick, just letting you guys know, man, we are buzzing. We are here in the office making things happen. We're not waiting for things to happen. I hope you're not waiting for things to happen. So really, the reason for this live stream is I want you guys to know, man, New Year's resolutions suck. I've never been a big fan of New Year's resolution. Like for the first one time a year, you're supposed to resolve that you finally want to change your life. Why? Why wait? Why wait to New Year's Eve? By the way, here's Victor Landor, right? If you guys don't know Victor Landor, big 6'4", turned down a pro contract playing Puerto Rico to go full blown as an entrepreneur here, man. So super proud of you, man. So
his team is guy. He's gonna show me instead of trying to make the money on the court, the money's really in the suites where the owner's at. So we're gonna buy a team, and he's gonna have box suites for life.
That's it, baby. Hey, are you thinking about life as a player, or are you thinking of life as an owner? You want to be a guy down in a court, getting his ankles taped up and getting ice baths, or do you think like more phone calls being made over here? That's Jennifer Jung back there and Kim Davis. By the way, everybody here in this office doesn't have a financial background, doesn't have a business background. Everybody decided to come here and make a difference in their lives, make a decision, not waiting for New Year's Eve, but they said, you know what, I want to change my financial life around today. And they're doing it and making stuff happen. I just want to have them in my backdrop right now because they represent what's good about America. They represent what's good about doing something different in America. And here's why New Year's resolutions suck. Is number one, how many guys are on social media and your memories on your social media platform keep popping up from this time last year, that this day 2 years ago, that this year 5 years ago, right? And so what's going on, Cheyenne from Tucson, Arizona, 212 team in the house. How many times have you seen those memories pop up and it reminds you what you were doing a year ago? It reminds you what you're doing 2 years ago, and you made a financial resolution, or you made a resolution to get healthy, better relationships, better spiritual life, better family life, and a couple weeks later, 2 weeks later, it fell through, and boom, you got let down by your own word, you let yourself down, your family got let down, the people you made declarations to change your life got let down. And so you internally start feeling worse about yourself, and what happens is subconsciously, because you say, I'm going to resolve to do something, but don't follow through, subconsciously, your brain knows that you're lying. And that's what happens when we make a New Year's resolution. And so social media is a great reminder of how many lies we've told ourselves. Social media is a great reminder of what we did a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years, however long you've been posting stuff on social media. You got to figure out how many times you've lied to yourself in the past, and social media reminds you that you've lied to yourself in the past. Do you want to keep lying to yourself? I hope not. That's why New Year's resolution sucks, because it reminds people about not following through with their word. But the flip side to that too as well happens to the latter. Like regardless if it's New Year's or not. What's going on, Eva? Tampa, TKO in the house, good to see you. What type of resolution have you made, Eva? Not because it's New Year's Eve, but because you just want to make a resolution in your life, not because you're waiting for January 1st. By the way, most people right now are taking off, taking it easy, taking it light. But look at our office. We're packed. We're jamming, right? Rodney Pate, the no-lie zone, right? So number one, that's why New Year's resolutions suck. Because if you didn't follow through with your word a year ago, 2 years ago, social media reminds you. Second reason why New Year's resolution sucks. I've never met anybody that has quit or jump from this, jump to that, jump to this, jump to that, that's ever done anything significant. So can you quit quitting? Can you quit saying, I'm going to make a resolution and not following through with it and then jump to something else because it's easier? Boy, have I seen that. I've seen that in my career. I've been doing this now for 8. I'm actually, as of today, I can actually say I've been doing entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur now for 19 years. 19 years I've been an entrepreneur. In my 19 years as an entrepreneur, I've never seen anybody go from this, go from that, go from this, go from that has a solid mentor behind them, that has a solid system behind them. I've never seen them quit and do something very well as a different decision, right? And so I've never seen that. I've seen people shifting gears, shifting careers, and then finally because they have a mentor, finally because they have a system, finally because they have a process and people support them, I've seen them do well. But I've never seen anybody that keeps quitting something, quitting a diet, quitting a financial resolution, quitting making promises to the people that they love and care about. I've never seen anybody continue to make promises and quit, end up eventually doing something positive down the road. Why? Because they're the habit of quitting. Just as much as the habit is of winning, so is the habit is of quitting. So can you quit quitting? Can you stop making financial resolutions that you know, or your New Year's resolutions that you know you're just not going to follow through? Can you stop doing that? Third one, which thank you, Tina. Happy New Year to you as well. The third thing why New Year's resolutions suck, I'd say beware of the shiny object. There's so many shiny objects. I've seen people get distracted with resolutions because they get involved in tech stocks during 2001. They get involved in tech stocks, boom, it imploded on them. I see people say, man, I'm getting involved in real estate, boom. 2007, 2008, 2009, mortgage meltdown, bank meltdown, stock market meltdown. I've seen so many people jump from, and by the way, Bitcoin is the hot rage today. And by the way, we're going to be coming up with a live stream about Bitcoin because it's another shiny object. Now, well, I'll pause in my opinion on that right now. But again, that's another shiny object that for most people, they'll quit something else to jump on something else. I've never been a big fan of gambling. I've never been a big fan of getting involved. If you're going to quit quitting, quit gambling. I know a lot of people went to the casinos, and right here in Northwest Indiana, there's a big casino, and you can gamble. And by the way, we're taking 6 of our guys to the Kentucky Derby in May. And it's not like we're going out there because we're a fan of gambling, but we're definitely a fan of the sport. We're a fan of horses. We're a fan of the experience. Not because we're a fan of gambling. We're taking 6 of our guys to the Kentucky Derby in May. But if you're going to quit something, quit trying to change your financial life gambling and trying to find the next shiny object. Why? Because it feeds into an area of our soul and our spirit, which is, I'm going to get something for nothing. When you reach out in your life to try to get something for nothing, I've seen a lot of people get let down. And what happens is their personal confidence gets let down, and they don't want to resolve anything. And they resolve going to more and more bad habits. So what do you do? As I wrap this stuff up, because I got to make some calls for our guys. What do you do? Number one, matter of fact, today I seen some guys attempting to make some financial resolutions, but their ego and their personal skepticism kept them from making a decision. And I asked this guys, so what are you doing? What's your agenda in 2018? Make more money, man. Make more money. Great. So I think Juan Maldonado introduced him. I think another guy named Juan introduced him to me too as well. And guy comes into the office, and guy's making 12, 13 bucks an hour working at Menards. Honorable job. So what keeps you from making a financial resolution right now? He brought in the same bad habits of being egotistical, being skeptical in 2017 into this year. Didn't purge it. Why? Because he's already developed a pattern of behavior that his resolutions of changing his life financially has become so cynical about it. And so what's going on, Doc? Good to see you, man. And so my advice to you, if you're willing to take it, is this. If you want to make a resolution, not a New Year's resolution, let's talk about money. If you want to make a resolution to change your financial life around, consider this first thing. Number one, ask yourself why. Why do you want to make a change? And by the way, don't just say because I want to make more money, just because I want to travel more often. Just don't say I just want to help my parents. That's too stinking superficial. Ask yourself why. And don't ask yourself why one time. Ask yourself why about that question 6 different times. 6 deep. Like, I want to change my life. Why? Because I want to make more money. Why? Well, because I want to start saving more money for retirement. Why? Well, because I feel that making $1 million by the time I'm 65 is going to be sufficient for me to retire. Why? So why is $1 million sufficient for you? So you keep drilling down to why. Ask yourself why 6 times. And I got that exercise from a friend of mine that we were invited to the White House, and she got that from a corporate training program called Six Sigma, which is asking yourself, why do you want to make a change 6 different times? Because that will allow you to get to the root cause. It will allow you to get to the root of a decision. Because oftentimes when people say, I'm just going to change my life, financial resolution, New Year's resolution, they don't ask themselves an in-depth reason why deep enough. And anything comes along, like this guy just told me 5 minutes ago, well, I want to change my life, but I got a lot of things going on. But I got this, my wife is this, my husband is this, blah, blah, blah. So he wanted to make a change superficially, but 30 seconds right after he decides to make a change financially, he told me all the excuses and reasons why he couldn't do it. They can't make time, can't do this. Last time I checked, if you can't make time, you can't make money. If you can't make money, you can't change your financial life around. So the superficial reason of you getting deep 6 times will get to the root reason of why you want to make a resolution. And so therefore significant the emotions kick in, they lock into why you're making a decision, and you want to follow through with your word. Second thing, you got to surround yourself with people that want to make a change. Why do you think these people here, left and to the right of me, are here on New Year's Day? Because they're around people that's encouraging their change. And by the way, we don't always have kumbaya moments here. This is a competitive environment. Why do you think we're here on New Year's Day? What do you think most people are doing today on New Year's Day? What do you think most people are doing yesterday on New Year's Eve? And guess where we were at? We were right here. Matter of fact, if you guys watch me on Snapchat, we had 3 bottles of Dom Perignon celebrating in the new year. Why? Because we broke benchmarks in 2017. Because we went opposite of New Year's resolution. We went opposite of what most people are saying. We went opposite about common knowledge. So you got to surround yourself with people that want to significantly change. Look at this, the berries right here. We got introduced to the daughter. She was a graduate from Columbia University. She introduced the business to her father, who was a consultant for Chicago Public School System. Guess what we have going on over here? It's a family business. It's a daughter and daddy team. Why? Because deep down inside, they want to make a financial resolution. It isn't New Year's resolution. It's a deep down financial resolution. And they're surrounding themselves and putting themselves in an environment that asks them the tough questions and holds them accountable to their word. So if you want to make a financial resolution in 2018, I hope that you're around people who's just not stroking you. I hope you're around people that can tell you the truth. I hope you're around people that will not let you get away with your own lies and not following through with your word. I hope you're around people that calling you out on your bogusness. I hope you're around people that can call you out on your excuses and laziness. I hope that you can do that in 2018. Why? Listen, my mentor, Patrick Bet-David, just relaunched Valuetainment. You know, if you guys know Valuetainment, it's got 466,000 subscribers, is making an impact all across the world. And it's just making an impact in the United States. It's making an impact across the world because he's teaching capitalism. He's teaching free enterprise. And his goal in vision with Valuetainment is to help decrease the unemployment rate in America to 0. How's that for a vision, right? And guess what he's doing? He's constantly surrounding himself with people that are smarter than him, that hold him accountable. We just hired a CFO. His name is Ian Benedict. Was involved in 2 major transactions. The company he was with took over 2 banks. I think it was like $2 billion in transactions. He's now our CFO at PHP Agency. He just got done hiring a COO, Chief Operating Officer, and also we're hiring ourselves a Chief Revenue Officer. Chief Revenue Officer is offense. Chief Financial Officer is defense. Chief Operations Officer, working alongside with Tom Ellsworth, putting together a dream team. Why? Because Patrick Bet-David is making himself feel uncomfortable around these executives that he's hiring to put around him. So therefore, we're forced to get better. What are you doing yourself in 2018 to force yourself to get better? And the last thing here is this. I hope the first areas of money that you put into you right now is investing in you. You invest money to travel, to conferences, to systems, to books, to mentorship, to invest in you. Because I've always found that the greatest investment that pays the best return is always an investment in yourself. My wife and I just came back from Dallas to meet with our mentor. Sure, it cost us like $400, $500, $600 to get down there during the Christmas holidays. But the feedback we got from a mentor was priceless. I mean, 3 years ago, we were nobodies. We were on no wall. We were at that point, we were 90 days without making a paycheck. And fast forward from January 2015 to today, we went from the first year, because of mentorship, surrounding yourself with people, driving deep 6 different times why we want to make a change in our financial lives. We weren't waiting for a New Year's resolution to change our lives. We decided to just do it ourselves, take initiative, and hold ourselves accountable, put ourselves in an area. And by the way, some of our biggest detractors, haters, and competitors, they were coming against us. And you know what? For the most part, they were right. But we can either get bitter or we can get better. We chose to get better. And I hope this video, to help you with your financial life in 2018, will help you get better. That is my goal. My goal is to spread a message of hope for you guys to transform the way people think, feel, manage, and reach towards financial independence. That's why I do what I do. Because when somebody taught me about the message of entrepreneurship, the fact that I don't have to depend on a paycheck from somebody else. The last time I took a paycheck from somebody else was 2001. The last time I filled out a W-9 was 2001. I found myself in 6 figures in 2003, and I never looked back. And I hope the same for you too as well. And by the way, these days 6 figures is nothing. But if you want to be in a position where you want to make 6 figures, want to make $250,000 this year, $500,000 this year, and you don't find the right system, the right people behind you in your corner, the right process, the right system of predictability, not guarantees, because you got to do the work. If you want to find yourself a system of predictability to put cash flow your way in 2018, connect with us here, like our page, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, send me a message, and if I can't directly help you, we have 52 offices all across the country that can point you in the right direction. Now, are these people going to massage you, telling you it's okay to deal with your excuses? Is it okay that you are so indecisive and silently that you're lazy and it's okay to be that way in 2018? No. And, you know, we have a saying here. If you don't like what we have to say, but you end up doing it, we reward people here at PHP Agency by traveling the world. And when you argue with us, or you stop arguing with us and just execute the game plan that we set before you, argue with us when you earn a trip. Last trip we took to Cancun, we just came back from Lake Tahoe 3 weeks ago. Before that, we were in Costa Rica at an all-expenses villa. Before that, we were in Puerto Vallarta, chefs two times a day. We're in Dubai. We've traveled all over the world, my wife and I. And what has happened to us, we went from $208,000 of income in 2015, from scratch to $208,000 in income in 2015. Then we went to $646,000 in 2016. And last year, we wrapped up last year with $964,000 in income. How's that for a 3-year game plan? And we're inches away from crossing over $1 million in cash flow in 35 months by having our reality shoved in our face, being put in an environment like this, and holding ourselves accountable to a mentor that allows us to follow through with our word. And that is my hope for you today. So a happy New Year 2018. Forget New Year's resolution. Just stick with the game plan, put yourself in an environment, and make yourself uncomfortable for the rest of the year. Because your dreams and goals aren't in your comfort zone. Your dreams and goals are in your uncomfort zone. So here's to the unknown. Here's to a year of distinction for you. Here's to carrying forward into 2018. Purging yourself of the old habits of 2017 and finding new habits to make you new money in 2018. If you like what we had to say here, if you like being part of this type of environment, please like our page, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, send me a message, drop your comments below, tell me what you think and how you change your life financially, entrepreneurially in 2018. With that being said, till we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today. Happy New... Money smart where? Today. Happy New Year, guys.